So in this video, I'm going to compare my experience with aesthetic hair. I went with Dr. Cinik before, came to aesthetic hair. They were a cheaper option, so I was like, okay, I'll go with the cheaper. I just need, I had specific instructions what I needed, so I conversed with them. I'm not going to share all my chat logs with them. I'm going to share specific ones which are important. So I'm actually now going to show you the before and after picture of my hair transplant. As you can see, there's not really much difference. It's been in month 2, so I'm going through a shedding stage, which is normal, but I'm not really satisfied with the treatment I got, and I'll explain why. So before I asked them, I want 2 hair transplants. Like, I want one day to do one and another day to do another, and I'll pay extra. How much extra can I pay? They said no. I asked them a lot of times. They said no, we don't, because they said that there could be some problems doing it, and I don't need much. Now this is the problem. They said that I don't need much. I should have realized what was going to happen. So I went, with them. I asked them many times. I went with them. And then what happened the day of the operation is they didn't really take measurements. They just said, oh, you just need a little bit over here. And I said, wait, I got a little bit of a problem over here. He's a bit weak on that side. Okay, we'll put some grafts there. They put some grafts at the front also, but not a lot. Now, I went with a group of people. There was 8 of us or something like that in the early morning, but we all finished different times. Now, some of them finished bit before me because they only needed a few grafts. They didn't shave off their hair. I shaved off my hair because I went there for business, right? I went there for business. I went there to get the full grafts. I didn't go there to mess about. This is what I told them, okay? So I was expecting them to take my beard. Now the guy, recently, I just messaged him and he thought they took some grafts from my beard, but they didn't. They didn't take the maximum amount of grafts. They didn't touch my beard. They didn't touch my chest hair. Dr. Cinik did it, but they didn't. Because they thought I didn't need many grafts. That I just, would just put a bit over there. So some people finished a bit before me, and some people finished way after. So I finished around about 2 p.m. Some people finished at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. because they needed a lot of grafts. So they took their time with these people. They didn't pay extra. I actually paid a little bit more than them, but for me, they didn't think I needed it, but I wanted it. So recently I looked at my hair, I'm like, man, there's still some empty bits. You could have filled it up. You could have done more. The guy even made a mistake. He thought they took my beard grafts. They didn't take my beard grafts. They had a lot more grafts they could have took. They could have took my chest hair. They could have done a lot more. But they chose not to because they really wanted to rush this operation. And my experience with the operation was actually not that great. I wouldn't say it's terrible. It's not that great. I'll explain why. I could say a lot of bad stuff about them, but I won't. I'll just say this. I had 2 toilet breaks and I was jugging down water. I think it was on the 2nd or the 3rd, I asked for a toilet break and the guy snapped at me. He was like, you just went 1 hour ago. Why do you need to go again? Why? I was like, bro, I didn't even switch on him. I just said I needed to go to the toilet. But for me to go to the toilet, it's 5 minutes because I just need to get some, quickly go, come back. What's the rush? You want to finish at 2 p.m., 3 p.m.? Bro, everyone else is finishing 7 p.m., 8 p.m. I paid money just like everybody else. Why do you care that I want to spend 5 minutes to go to a toilet break? You rushed this operation. You could have done much more in this operation, but you guys chose not to because you thought, oh, he'll be satisfied with just a few grafts. No, I paid money. I wanted the full experience. I asked you many questions beforehand. Are you going to take my grafts? Are you going to take this? Are you going to take that? Or can I do 2 operations? I asked you. I made specific thing. This is why I look at a lot of hair transplants, and some people only get a few grafts. They don't like, they spend 10K, 15K, and they get good results. But what I mean by good results is the implantation is done in the correct way, so it grows out in the specific way. I want maximum density because I haven't got, like, I'm not going to spend 15K 3 times to go for a hair transplant and they just do 1,000 grafts in some British clinics. I said I wanted maximum density. I made it really clear in my messages, but they thought I'll be satisfied with some other service. They gave me a different service, and that is why I wasn't very happy with my experience. What I got with them I wouldn't recommend them, because I believe in, if you pay for something, you should get the full amount of like treatment, not just like, oh, what do you require? You don't need that many. I want full density. There's a lot of people that keep on. What do you think Elon is doing? Elon is getting his hair always shaved right from there. Why? He's taking some grass. He's still Elon is still implanting things. They're getting maximum density. I'm going for a maximum density. I want a maximum full set of hair, which I won't be getting from this hair transplant, because they mucked up. They wanted to rush the procedure. So yeah. So I was unsure whether I was going to post the video you just saw. I discussed it with Hair Aesthetic, and the reason why I decided, I'm just going to post this is because they completely lied to me. They tried to say that the reason they didn't extract from my beard, they keep on changing the reason, but they said now, like, oh, your beard was too weak. Here's a picture of my beard. You judge, does my beard look weak, or does it seem like they just try to do a quick job? They just, thought I'll be happy with a mediocre density, and because I already have hair, like, I can't complain. The front bit was mainly done by Dr Cinik. They did do a bit more on the on just the front layer. They put a bit more grafts. Thankfully, I had to ask for a bit more over here. I had to like lead with them, like, can you do more? Because I don't want to leave like off. If it was up to them, maybe I'll leave after 1 hour. They will be happy if I left. But they did do the work on the crown, which is still developing over now. So I'll give them credit for that. But the density is not good. I didn't get the full density that I was expecting. I was expecting much more density. If they did their job correctly, I would have got the full density. But they wanted to rush the job. They give him a this and that excuse, contradicting themselves, changing the excuses after excuses after excuses. And hence why, if I had to choose between the two clinics, whether to go with Dr. Cinik or whether to go with Hair Aesthetic, run to Cinik. Book your appointment today with Cinik. Cinik is the one. Go with Cinik. Never in a million years go with Aesthetic. Ever in a million years. But yeah, take care. Hope you could like the video. Helps you with the algorithm. Take care and have a nice day. Bye-bye.